You're listening to Sipping Off the Cuff at TequilaAficionado.com. This is Alex Perez in California, and I also have Mike Morales, our executive editor in New Mexico. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great, Alex. I can't wait to try this next tequila that we've got on deck for us. As you know, the listeners and readers may not know, but I am a big supporter and proponent of organic tequilas. And tonight we are going to taste an organic tequila that is still not available in the United States, but that is the plan, is to come to the United States. It is right now available in Mexico. It is in a Blanco only, and it's got an unusual name. We call it Ekeco Tequila.
And that's spelled E-K-E-C-O. Ekeco.
Ekeco. The premise behind Ekeco, let me give you a little background on this. I met the owner of Ekeco, Manuel del Valle, I believe that's his name.
Yes.
I met him on Twitter. Now, for those of you who are following us on Facebook and Twitter, you can stalk each of us on Facebook and Twitter. Just go onto our website at TequilaAficionado.com. We actually have links to our Facebook and Twitter pages. You can follow myself, Alex, Tequila Aficionado, and Ryan Kelly on each of those. We're big social media buffs because we're just intrigued with social media. We don't know how to make it work, but we're very impressed with it one way or the other. And Manuel, I met on Twitter, and we started following each other. And like online dating, we took our relationship onto Facebook, and from there, I told him that we podcast on tequilas here at TequilaAficionado.com, and would he forward us some samples? Manuel, this is an interesting story. It took a few weeks, maybe almost a couple of months, but he actually flew into Los Angeles, Alex?
Yes.
He was in Southern California?
He was in Southern California. He was actually on vacation when he contacted us and let us know that he had his samples and wanted to go ahead and bring it over to us. But
so you actually met Manuel?
Yes, I actually met Manuel.
Good. And consequently, I was forwarded a sample of the Blanco, of the Ekeco Silver Tequila. Now, just to preface this, when they are imported into the United States, this will be a 40 alcohol by volume tequila. The NOM number is 1479, which, for those of you who are familiar with that distillery, you can look that up on your NOM list. This is a USDA organic certified tequila, and on the label itself, which is a very elegant, slim-looking bottle, it's nothing special, but the label itself is a good three-color label, and with some excellent looking graphics and font. This is, al adquirir este producto estás contribuyendo a la conservación de nuestro planeta. In acquiring this product, you are contributing to the conservation of our planet. So right away, I'm a big fan of this tequila because organic tequilas, to me, in my opinion, are going to be the wave of the future of the tequila industry, and possibly the savior of the tequila industry. And it was Manuel's wish to develop an organic tequila that was not only organic and that was environmentally friendly, but also that was friendly to your pocketbook. He is looking to present this into the United States at a very affordable price, which right now, where it comes to organic tequilas, that's unheard of.
Yes.
There are organic tequilas right now that are in the $40, $50, $60 range, price range, and that's not where he's headed. Is that right, Alex? Is that what he's told you?
That's from my understanding. He wants to be competitively priced, and he probably will be successful doing that.
I would think so. Now, the other thing also, the alcohol by volume, which may be important to you or maybe not, but for those of you who are tequila aficionados, you may find that interesting. This is at a, if I'm not mistaken, Alex, and I know you spoke to him personally. I don't see it on the label per se, but this is at a 35 alcohol by volume. 35%
yes,
alcohol by volume. It's right there. Yeah.
And
so
this is the Mexican line.
Okay.
And from my understanding, they would be 40% for the U.S. line.
For the U.S. line. And for those of you who are not familiar with organic growing protocols, we'll have an article on Tequila Aficionado before the end of the year, explaining what organic tequila is really all about. What I can tell you in the short term is that there are only 2 organizations that certify tequila for the USDA, that are recognized by the USDA. The USDA does not certify anything outside of the United States as organic, but it does recognize 2 organizations. One of them is BioAgricert, which is a company that's been used by such organic tequilas as Cuatro Copas, 4 Copas, and you really, literally have to jump through some flaming hoops to get your tequila certified organic by any of these organic certification companies. And so it's not an easy deal. This is not something that you can take lightly. It is everything from the ground to the bottle has to be organically correct. And evidently Ekeco is one of those that does, and there are only a handful of organic tequilas right now on the market. Ekeco is one of those that you can count on, that is an up-and-coming brand. And Alex, I don't know if you have your Riedel filled with Ekeco,
no, I'm ready.
but I've got a sample of Ekeco right now.
Interestingly, not only is it organic, it's also kosher.
Yes, there's been in the recent in the last couple of years, there's been a big outcry for kosher tequilas. And there are more kosher tequilas than you think that there are. I know every year 1 or 2 tequilas come out in their press releases saying that they're one of the only kosher tequilas for Jewish holidays. That is not the case. There are many, many kosher tequilas, and you can find them on their labels. And Ekeco is not only organic, but it is also kosher. So for your upcoming Rosh Hashanah, which I think is in September, you know what, Alex? There is more and more of a call for kosher tequilas, and it's almost like a secret. It's like an underground, because many of our readers and our listeners who are of the Hebrew persuasion or Jewish religion, they want more than just mash, for their seders, for their cedars, and so tequila is historically one of those spirits that is more kosher than you think it is. And so there are many of these tequilas who are kosher certified, and this one, Ekeco, is not only kosher, but is also organic. So in your upcoming Jewish holidays, you might want to consider this tequila as part of your evening meal and your before and after, because it is delightful. So I know, Alex, you've got a sample of the tequila.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And I'm looking at my sample. I love the tears and the way it rolls on my Riedel glass. And as we do with every one of our tequila tastings and our tasting notes, we use only Riedel glasses, which are the certified tequila glasses from the CRT and from Riedel, the glass making company. So this is the glass that the official glassware that we're using for all of our tequila tastings and all of our tequila note-taking as well.
Very good. It's got a nice clear color to it. And we are tasting the Blanco. Now,
it only comes in a Blanco so far.
It looks like it only comes in a Blanco, even though on their website looks like they might have a Reposado coming out.
That we haven't been privy to that yet, but
no, there's a
I'm
picture.
Sure
there's a picture of it on their website, so that'd be interesting to.
Okay. Well, that may be next on the agenda.
It's got an agave, nice sweet agave nose to it.
Yes. Very sweet, actually, more sweeter than I anticipated.
And on the palate, let's see. Very refreshing, actually, to me.
Mm-hmm.
Very light, very refreshing.
You mentioned other tequilas being crisp. This tequila is close to pristine. There are very few tequilas that I would consider pristine when you pour them from the bottle. This one, Ekeco, is very, very close to pristine. Nice bubbles, nice pour, very, very clean.
Very clean.
Love the fruitiness. There's a really heavy fruitiness on the nose, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a nice clean nose. Yeah, there's a lot of agave. It's a very nice tequila.
I can tell you too. I'm not sure where you folks are or where you are, Alex, but I have floodlights. I'm sitting in my bar right now as we taste these, and it's very. As I look through the tequila and I don't have high intensity lights. I just have floodlights. They're those cans that you folks may have heard of before. What a canned light is. I have a false ceiling, and I don't have high intensity lights, but I do have floodlights. And the way the floodlights bounce off this tequila, it gives it a kind of a rainbow effect. I'm not sure if you get that, Alex, from where you are. As I said, with high-intensity lighting, it's a little bit different. You'll notice in jewelry stores you'll have high-intensity lighting, and the purpose for that is so that your diamonds and your gemstones will shine much brighter and will give you that rainbow effect. Well, this tequila, just with my floodlights alone, through the Riedel, I'm getting a rainbow effect.
I'm not getting that. Let's see, maybe if I have a little bit more tequila, maybe I'll get that effect.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, but what I can tell you is that it's very pristine.
So you have a lot of reflection through off your glass.
Probably so. Unlike other tequilas, though, I don't get the same kind of look
Same effect.
from the other tequilas, the same kind of effect. But this tequila, again, being organic, which means that they don't use pesticides, they use natural fertilizers. The process from the ground to the bottle is all natural. I consider, and Alex will tell you that I consider organic tequilas very much like I call them throwback tequilas. And it's very similar to your throwback Yankee T-shirt or your throwback Nike Air Jordans. These are tequilas made the way they should have always been made. It is not a mass-produced tequila. There is nothing. It is all about time and patience. When they manufacture and produce a tequila like this, it's all small batch. Some people call them small batch tequilas, boutique tequilas.
Boutique.
This is very much that sort of tequila.
It's in that category.
Yes, it's in that category. Now the difference is that Ekeco is planning to make to come into the United States at a very reasonable price. I'm not sure what that price point will be. We did not receive any point-of-sale material with this tequila, so we're not sure we're not sure when and at what price point it will be in the United States. But you can be assured that it will probably be under $40 for a Blanco. Maybe well under $40 for this Blanco tequila.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tequila. It's very smooth, and yet it's complex at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it lingers in the mouth. If that makes any sense, it's simple yet complex.
It coats the palate, not exactly like a reposado or an añejo.
And there's no burn in there.
No,
there's absolutely
no not
burn.
At all.
It is as smooth as silk coming in, and it's got and it's complex. It's a beautiful tequila.
Now remember, of course, that we're tasting this at 35% alcohol by volume, which could be a bad thing or a good thing depending on who you are and what your taste preferences are. We have not tasted the 40% alcohol by volume. We have not been sent those samples. That could change the flavor profile of this tequila, which I'm sure it will. And Alex and I were discussing this off the cuff and off the podcast with another tequila. We were discussing that it seems that tequila, unlike other spirits that are below 40% ABV, alcohol by volume, or at close to 100% alcohol by volume, that as a spirit, it really, the less ABV or the more ABV really seems to enhance the spirit. Unlike other spirits like whiskeys or vodkas, the higher ABV or the lower ABV tends to lend itself more to a tasting and an agave flavor profile than other spirits. Would you agree with me, Alex, that the tequila just really has that kind of a characteristic?
I agree. I agree. We tasted a 42% on one of our other shows, and it was very smooth. And when we expected it to be maybe a little bit spicier or harsher, if you will, and so it's very interesting the way that happens.
Yeah, traditionally in Mexico, the smaller ABVs, alcohol by volumes, at 35, 36, 37, 38, have been structured for the at least traditionally, for the female palate, and which is a smart thing. It's not a bad thing. But for the U.S. palate, the tradition has been at 40% alcohol by volume. On occasion, there are producers who come in with a 100 proof alcohol by volume. One of the more famous ones right now is 1800. I think they call it 1800 black or 1800 silver,
right.
I believe is the name of that. And it is at a 100 ABV. The idea behind that being that these tequilas are not only great as sippers, but are really shine when used in cocktails like margaritas, palomas, and any other tequila-based cocktails. You don't lose the agave flavor with a higher alcohol by volume when you mix it with mixers, and so it's kind of a double-edged sword, though. When you're a purist, you have to be very careful when you sip a 100 proof tequila, because it tastes like it's very gentle on your palate. More of the nuances come across. It is really almost like a different spirit, like a different type of tequila. But if you're not careful, it's going to sneak up on you.
I agree. Ekeco definitely is a beautiful tequila, and I look forward to Reposado if they have that coming out too.
Me too. I am again. We highly recommend this tequila for the price point that it is being prepared for. It will be very affordable as an organic tequila, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a big proponent and supporter of organic tequilas, and I feel that Ekeco is one of those that was going to lead the way in affordable organic tequilas that not only is going to be good for the environment, but good for your pocketbook also.
Most definitely, and I actually think the bottle is deceiving, because it's I believe a very good top shelf tequila.
Yes, the bottle is very nondescript, very simple bottle. The labels are very nice, very flashy, nicely done in the graphics, just in a blue and a dark blue and a white. But this is one of those tequilas. When you have a certified organic tequila, you definitely want to, as a consumer, you want to give it as much of a chance as possible. And Ekeco is one of those tequilas that deserves your attention. It deserves your second or third or fourth tasting, because it is really a very flavorful tequila, and will be, when it comes into the United States, at a very affordable price, which is going to set the organic tequila category, and it's not an official category, but it's becoming one. It's going to set the organic tequila category on its ear when they come across with a very affordable price. So I think it's a very surprising, elegant tequila, and really well worth your time and effort to find it if you can.
I agree, and I think you took the words right out of my mouth. I think it's an elegant tequila myself. That's Ekeco Tequila, EKECO, and you can find them on ekeco.org. They're not a .com. They're actually an .org. It looks like they're also producing another line of other products. I think they're doing a agave syrup and some other products too. So it looks like they've got some people behind them, but they're definitely making a superior tequila. I look forward to their American product.
Yes, Me too. I think that Manuel del Valle, who is the brand owner, really has a winner on his hands, and it's going to be very interesting. Thankfully, Alex, that we here at Tequila Aficionado are on the forefront of new tequila brands that are coming on the market, and that we get a chance to not only judge them on their merits, but also be able to see where they're going to be a year from now, 5 months from now, 6 months from now, in their marketing and in their lifespan. I'm very honored to have been exposed to that with Tequila Aficionado, because we got our finger on the pulse beat of the tequila industry, and to have been involved with tequilas that we've mentioned earlier that are not available in the United States, that maybe folks can find while they're traveling in Mexico or other countries, that they remember what we've talked about, and that they are worthy of their attention. And Ekeco is definitely, as an organic tequila alone, is definitely worth your time and effort to look for and to spend some time with. I think you all are going to be very, very pleased and surprised at what you find when you get a bottle of Ekeco in your library.
I agree. This is one to watch. Tequila Orgánico Ekeco, EKECO. And frankly, I think from what Manuel told us, we're the only ones in this side of the country that's got a bottle of this. So I feel privileged.
We are privileged and honored. We thank Manuel for taking us into consideration, and that we are considered the online magazine that is at the forefront of tequila brands and the tequila industry and where it's going. Just to preface, just to foreshadow what's going to happen. Myself, Alex, and Ryan Kelly, our senior editor, will be coming together at Spirits of Mexico, which is the largest tequila tasting in the United States, and we're going to be sitting down with some special guests, discussing where we feel the tequila industry is headed here in 2010. I think you're going to be very surprised where each of us sees the industry headed. Some of you who know me know that I'm a big proponent for the organic portion of the industry, but there are so many other facets that we're going to be discussing and talking about in the upcoming weeks and months, that you do yourself a favor. Stay tuned to tequilaaficionado.com. Stay with us. Our job, as we see it, is to help you navigate through the tequila jungle and get you to where you need to be, where you want to be, to answer your questions. And sound off, too. Don't be afraid to send us emails to touch base with us. We are all very readily available. As you'll see on our website, you can follow each of us. You can stalk us, as I like to say, on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on tequilaaficionado.com. By all means, we are here to serve you folks, tequila aficionados all over the world. And if there's something that we can't answer for you, we will find you the answer. And that is a promise. Most definitely.
Ekeco Tequila, EKECO, and I keep spelling it because it's deceiving the way it's spelled. EKECO. It's a one to watch. It's 100% agave, 100% organic tequila, and beautiful stuff. But hopefully you will enjoy it as well as we have. And as always, we thank you for listening to Sipping Off the Cuff. And as always, sip wisely.